How many people have found that 2025 has been a challenging year? Yeah, many of us. And as a human race, as a human people, it hasn't been an easy thing either. If you look around at what's happening on the planet, it seems that there's upheaval after upheaval. I looked at my notes from last year, and then I looked at my notes from the year before about the service. And I remember even saying it last year at the service, that so few of my notes have changed. The war in Gaza, for example, was on my notes 3 years ago, and then again last year, and it's still there. War in Ukraine. Since February 2022. Good Lord. Political unrest, financial uncertainty. So many people have endured tragic losses, sadness, unexpected whaps across the head as life caught us off guard. And today we use this ceremony to consider some of those things that are within our control now to release. Some of them are too big for little old me, and especially the old part. Some of it is too big for us as individuals to manage. Some things are out of our control. But there are parts that we are carrying that perhaps are within our control, and that we are now ready to go, I ain't gonna carry this load no more. And so today we use this opportunity to consider what those things are, and to consider how we may set them down. We free ourselves then from the thoughts that we've been carrying, like the bricks that we saw in that image, and perhaps allow that weight to be freed from us. You may have heard the saying that a rising tide lifts all boats. Everyone heard that at some point, perhaps. But have you noticed that a rising tide will not lift a stone? Today, we want to release the stones that burden us, so that we can step into the flow of life again. When we hold on to things, we're holding on like a stone. And we just aren't able to go with the flow as we used to. In fact, it's almost as if we step onto a garden hose and we prevent the flow of good that may also be longing to find us, because we're so focused on what's in the rearview mirror. And as I speak today, I want you to consider the idea that there's a reason that in a car we have a big front window and a very small rear view mirror. Hold that image, if you can, about what's going on in your life. And as you're driving on your road, how big is your rear view mirror? And can we make it smaller so that we can be more open to the expansiveness and beauty of the life ahead of us? Symbolically then, this ceremony today makes space for this new beginning. It's true that, we can activate this power that we have to shrink our rearview mirror at any time. But there's something special about doing it near the end of the year, isn't there? It's sort of this rhythm of, okay, time to put that away. What can I open myself up to something new? So it's a good time. Any time is a good time, but the end of the year is particularly a lovely time to say, I ain't going to carry that load no more. Charles Fillmore, the co-founder of Unity, said, we must learn to let go, to give up, to make room for the things that we have prayed for and desired. We must learn to let go. So we're going to begin with a song that's kind of a chant. It'll feel like it's going on forever, and that's okay, because I want you to be singing it throughout the day if you can. And then we'll move into a time of reflection, a time where you'll write, a time where you'll release, and then a time where you reflect on some good as well. So we start with this song, What Can I Release Today? So I invite you to close your eyes with me if that feels comfortable for you. And if you prefer to leave your eyes open, then allow them to rest gently on a focal point in front of you. Become aware of your breath. How you are breathing in this beautiful rhythm of life. Take a moment now to give thanks for your breath. And then draw your attention to your mind. And notice that thoughts are always happening. And give thanks for your mind and for these thoughts. And to the thoughts that you are considering releasing now, do so with gentleness. With gratitude for how they served you when you needed them. And now, in a few moments, I will ask you to spend some time and write. On that piece of paper, one of the pieces of paper you have, you will write what you want to release. On that large piece of paper, you'll write down everything that you've been carrying. You're going to take the spiritual hat off and let all of the pent-up emotions come out. Letting go begins the moment that you start to write. It's as if the awareness of writing activates the release. You can describe the events as much or as little as you want. And it can be as simple as a name or a word. Allow your heart to open to the flow as you gratefully release old wounds, unhealthy thought patterns, behaviors that you would prefer to release. Ask yourself, what weight am I carrying? What can I release today to bring more good to me? And if there are emotions, allow them to. So I invite you to sit in silence and then write on the large piece of paper. I'll hold the time. 2, maybe 3 minutes. These words, these emotions are yours. And you've now begun a process. Feel free to continue writing all day if necessary. And then feel free to take that piece of paper and tear it up and allow it to go into the recycle bin. And you each will have received a piece of flash paper when you came in. It looks like this. In a few moments then, you're going to write a few words, a sentence, whatever you want to fit on here, that represents everything that you have written on that long form piece of paper. And then when you're ready, I'm going to invite you to come up and allow that flash paper to disappear. You're going to hold your flash paper and you're going to hold it over the flame and it will disappear. No ash, no smoke, like magic. And you feel the sense of release, the forgiveness that you might have for yourself for carrying emotion, and the openness to feeling it, and the heartbreak of it. The idea of burning bowl is not to diminish the pain that you've gone through. It's to release yourself from the suffering of carrying it longer than serves you. And now we're going to move to a second quiet time. And this one is a time that we don't often put into a burning bowl ceremony, but I think it's important. And it is a time now to consider something good that happened in 2025. What was a gift to you in this time? Maybe it was an experience, a new friend, perhaps some personal growth, perhaps a new relationship, perhaps a medical breakthrough for your health. Perhaps there are new children in your life or new pets. A milestone birthday. Take the time to notice that 2025 had blessings too. And allow that feeling of upliftment to fill space in your body. And allow yourself to smile at the thought. And now on that second piece of paper, I invite you to write a love letter to yourself. Words of comfort and inspiration. As we consider all that 2025 meant, what would your deepest wisdom want you to remember? Please write your letter. Today you've activated your ability to release. An ability that you have with you all the time. And sometimes it's nice to have a ritual to help activate that. You've chosen to free yourself from an idea that has weighed on you. And in the process, allowed yourself to see that it wasn't all bad. And now you're making room to see new possibilities, having shrunk that rear view mirror of whatever vehicle you're driving. You have remembered your worth. You've remembered that you are more than the circumstances that happen to you. You've relaxed the hold that those circumstances had on you. You've let go. You've released. You've surrendered. And now you are free to notice the good that was there waiting for you. It takes courage. I honor each of you for your openness to doing this, for following the longing in your heart that says, it's time to let that burden go. Its time is done and ready for you to turn a new page. Congratulations. Happy new life. Happy New Year. Relax, let go, release, surrender.